Hello, everybody. It's Jared and Sean from Ninja Mafia Entertainment back with another review for you of Chips, the movie.
Next time I'm picking the movie we review. This movie sucks.
This movie was not good by any standard.
I mean, the last few movies we've gone to where you've sort of enjoyed it, we've had massively different opinions on.
Well, yeah.
I think we're going to be fairly united in this opinion that this movie blows.
This movie sucks so hard. This was Dak Shepard starred and produced this thing. That's why it blowed so bad.
I don't know. I mean, Dak Shepard's not a bad writer or comedian. I mean, I think he's fine, but this was awful. This was
him, like, kind of, dude, the cast of him and his wife's entire show just got dumped in this thing. There were so many cameos from, like, Veronica Mars and Parenthood actors, it was ridiculous.
I believe it.
But why Chips? Why?
The only reason I can think is that Baywatch is getting a humorous reboot, and that actually sort of looks funny.
Yeah.
And they figured, you know what? We could do this again. We'll do what we did for Starsky and Hutch, and we'll do it for something else. What was hot in the 70s? Motorcycles was hot. Eric Estrada was hot. That's right, Chips. And we'll make jokes about eating ass.
What was the deal with eating ass?
I don't know, but in the middle of a fucking drug bust, we grind the movie to a halt for a 2 fucking minute long rant about people eating out ass. Fuck if I know. All I know is that if I had gone to see this instead of Power Rangers and we had done Power Rangers today, I would have told you Power Rangers might as well have been fucking Moses or something. Citizen Kane nearly in comparison. This movie was wretched.
This is what you had, and this was your option for this weekend instead of Power Rangers. It was this.
I let you have Power Rangers because I knew you'd want to get that out early. Because you talked about it, because you loved it.
I did like Power Rangers. I enjoyed that movie. This one I thought sucked. I didn't hear anything about this movie, and now I know why.
Yeah, I had heard a couple of people say this movie was awful.
I thought it would be funny because Michael, the guy Michael Pena is.
Yeah, I've seen him be humorous before.
He was in. Like, I thought he was funny as shit in Ant-Man, but this was just...
He can be funny, but goddamn, this was not a movie to do it in.
No, this movie, I don't know who this movie was made for. Chips fans aren't going to like it, except for the 10 seconds Eric Estrada shows up in it.
Yeah, there were like 2 parts where I actually laughed. One is when they accidentally run over a paparazzi.
Yeah.
And she's behind the wheel. Oh my God, what happened? What was that? He's like, don't worry, it was paparazzi. You're fine. And I was like, okay, that's actually really funny. And I know I laughed a second time, but I couldn't tell you where it was for the life of me.
So when the guy got his head cut off?
No,
it
wasn't that.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So how does a taser in a pool work like that?
Well, the taser makes direct contact into the person, and the electricity goes through the needles.
I just figured that there would have been more. I guess, I don't know.
Well, the taser has little barbs on it, very, very small, but they're enough to go through fabric and into your skin, and that's where they hang, and then you jolt it through there, and that's what goes directly into you.
So that's why
it goes directly into your muscles.
That's why a person that was soaking wet in a pool didn't die when they got tased.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't electrocute you. That's something else.
Well, I was saying that she was in a pool. She was wet. Water conducts electricity. I just figured. I was like, by all means, that's not the only thing that didn't make sense in this movie.
Yeah,
but,
though there's far and away stuff that doesn't make sense.
Like, there's no way motorcycle cops would ever ride Ducatis.
Well, they're not allowed to because those things are fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Which actually, I think that was the second time I laughed, is when the FBI chief called and cussed him out for writing out a form for $20,000 worth of motorcycles and equipment.
Oh no, it was $48,000.
Was it $48,000?
Yeah,
well, either way, it was stupidly high amount.
2 Ducatis.
Yeah, two Ducati, which are, I don't even ride motorcycles, and I know those are like some of the most premium bikes you can get.
Dude, this motherfucking movie, like, there's no way it's gonna make its budget back in motorcycles alone.
Well, I mean, those are
spent at least $1 million.
In all likelihood, those are probably just mock models that had the Ducati label slapped on them, like what they did for Ferris Bueller when they trashed a Ferrari California.
Man.
Do you think they actually reversed a $100,000 Ferrari in 1980s money out a window?
No.
And destroyed it? There we go.
I don't know, man. This movie was bad.
This movie was fucking wretched. The humor is awful. It grinds to a halt. It makes fun of everybody in the meanest sense possible. It makes fun of disabled people. It makes fun of gays. It's very, very homophobic.
Yes, people with failing marriages.
People who
sex addicts.
Sex addiction's a real thing, kids.
Yeah, it really is.
I know that sounds like a really stupid thing.
No, it's
but
real.
It's 100% a real thing, and it's kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yep.
It's very, very difficult. It makes fun of that. It makes fun of the elderly. I'm amazed Adam Sandler wasn't attached to this. The amount of malicious humor that's attached in this movie.
Yeah. It's just...
I honestly have not felt so little for humanity in so long. I'm actually kind of thankful that you took me to this, because it brought me back to a place where I thought I had gotten away from. It dragged me kicking and screaming back to a hole that I had sworn I had covered up years ago. And it's just this wonderful fountain of anger and misery that just boils forth like a cauldron. And I honestly hate you a little now. I wish you were slightly more dead.
Every day.
My only happiness coming out of this is because of your horrible, detrimental lifestyle. There's a strong chance I will outlive you, if by nothing than a few days. And then I can say, you know what? I beat the fucker. And I hope that's what happens with everyone who is attached to this movie. That I live just a little bit farther than them.
They're all in like their late 30s. So.
I want to live farther than them. That is my goal now. That is my driving force. That I live long enough to see Dax Shepard go into the ground and know that he will never do something else again. That I see Michael De La Pena go on to other things. Michael De La Pena or just Michael Pena? Michael Pena. I'm sorry. I'm confusing actors. I'm sort of tired, and this has really made me pissed off. That I can see Michael Pena go and do other things and be funny. And then while he's up there accepting his Oscar speech, I can write on a batch of frozen rotten eggs. Chips, the movie. And while he's accepting his Academy Award for Best Actor, Associate Actor, Screenwriter, who knows? I can run to the front of the stage and hurl it at him. It will stain him, and he will know the shame.
I think
It will be the albatross around his neck that he will carry for all his days. And everyone should have that shame. I want it tattooed on their buttocks. I want Dax Shepard's pixelized dick to have the words, "I wrote Chips the movie." So that every time he unzips, he sees that and he knows. Every woman who he sleeps with knows.
He's married to the chick that plays his wife in
Then
this.
she knows.
She was a part of it.
And she gets it tattooed on her vag. I helped make Chips the movie.
You know what? She doesn't care because she's still living off that Frozen money. She was the voice of Anna.
Don't care. See, now I don't want to watch Frozen. I sort of wanted to see that. I heard it was a nice, happy-go-lucky little movie. It had some decent animation and some good character development.
Frozen was good.
I don't want to see it anymore. Because it will forever be tied to Chips the movie.
No, it won't.
It will.
Oh, that's a stretch, my friend.
It will.
I've broken Sean, you guys. Sorry.
I feel like this is how Vegeta lives most of his life. That overwhelming sense of anger and burning hatred for Kakarot just some days pushes him around the bend and it just circles right back in on itself.
What? So
And
you
he's
comparing
fine.
me to Kakarot?
No. No, I'm
Goku.
comparing my rage to the rage Vegeta feels.
Goku.
No, you're not. If I could, I'm almost positive my anger would cause me to become Super Saiyan 3 spontaneously.
What about Super Saiyan God? Or Super Saiyan...
Well, I
Below?
haven't trained with the Destroyer of Worlds, so no, I wouldn't achieve this form. However, if I knew a god of destruction, I'm sure it would push me to that limit.
And he would send him to kill Dax Shepard.
No, I do that on my own. This movie, I don't know what else to say about this movie. This movie is awful.
It was
it's
really,
bad comedy.
really
It's
terrible.
bad acting. It's bad writing. The only person I even remotely felt anything for was Vincent D'Onofrio as the bad guy. He's always fun.
Yeah.
I at least believe that he was sort of in mourning when his son got killed.
Yeah, because, man, he went, whew, that SWAT car. He shot off Ponch's hand.
Oh my god.
Then the hot lady cop had to be bad, of course.
Of course.
But the other hot lady cop, like, got Dax Shepard to cheat on his wife. Good for her. Morals. It's like your wife's
Morals,
cheating on you.
hygiene, who needs that? You can toss that out the window when you lose your good taste, sir.
When your wife cheats on you, you turn around and cheat right back. Because she's a dick. That's what this movie teaches to the kids.
Was Dax Shepard living under a rock? Like the entire time he was not banging his wife for a year? I mean...
He was high on pills.
But does that give you an excuse not to know about Tinder? Because as he's being wheeled out of the hospital, he gets Tinder described to him by a dude. And then he's like, well, do you perform...
Plenty of fish. There's
Either
all
or,
these
I mean...
apps nowadays.
Did he
Swiping
did
left
he
and
not?
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the basic information you need to know. It's like, oh, okay, Tinder.
Dude, I haven't dated in like 5 years and I know about Tinder.
Exactly.
Tinder wasn't a thing when I was dating.
This
still.
movie seriously wanted to eat somebody's ass.
Yes, it. I think that just means Dax Shepard has a weird obsession with eating Kristen Bell's butthole. And
I mean, I'm sure
this
her
is how
butthole is
he-
nice. I mean,
this is how he-
she looks like an attractive woman.
Oh yeah, she's fine, but
I want them dead. I mean, I still think that Dax Shepard can be funny sometimes.
and you know who you have to
Um,
thank for Dax Shepard?
Hmm.
Ashton fucking Kutcher.
Oh, I hated him already. Okay.
He jump started Dax Shepard's career with Punk'd.
Oh, now I just have an even bigger reason to hate Ashton Kutcher. Good.
There you go.
I'm happy. That rage is springing forth just a little more. So he ruined Demi Moore and he ruined comedy. That's good. That's good, Ashton. Nice job. Nice job. Good.
It's your fault Chips happened. Fuck you, Ashton Kutcher.
I'm serious. I would have given Power Rangers a glowing review if I had seen this first.
Well, what do you think of Power Rangers now, Sean?
I think Power Rangers is fucking awful. I think this is worse.
I thought Power Rangers was meh. Like, it's not gonna win any awards, but it, you know, last 30 minutes.
You know, normally
great, but-
I try not to be such a downer for these. I honestly do. In my rants, as much as I may talk shit and say, blah, 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 it's awful, I usually try and give a recommendation somehow to watch this if anybody
Yeah, like Beauty
wants
and the
to.
Beast.
Beauty and the
Power
Beast, I at
Rangers,
least say,
like
you know,
that.
watch it on Netflix if you want. Something like that. Power Rangers,
No.
give it a rental or a matinee. With this,
Don't do it.
I can't think of any reason I would ever say, watch Chips the movie.
If you really hate somebody and despise them and want them to suffer for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's about it. Well, the only problem is you'll have to suffer with them.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, no, be like, oh, dude, check out Chips. It was awesome. Have you never sent somebody into a terrible movie before to be a dick? I've done that because I hate it. Like, somebody pissed me off. And I'm like, dude, you should go check this movie out. It was fucking awesome.
once, and I felt really bad afterwards because I knew I shouldn't inflict that kind of problem on people.
But you did.
I did, and they ended up liking it, so it just reaffirmed my reason for hating them.
Well, when was this?
This was years ago.
Okay. Well,
Long before I knew you.
that's been a while.
It has.
We've known each other, what, 10, 12 years?
About going on 13, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's been a while. Huh? Well, guys, I don't really think we have any more to say. Don't watch this movie.
No.
It was god awful unless you like really, really shitty comedy. Like and subscribe. Go check out our Power Rangers review because that shit was hilarious.
I think I'll sacrifice you first to the dark gods.
Why me first?
Because you dragged me here.
I didn't drag you anyway.
You said, hey, Sean, let's go see a movie.
I said, let's go review Chips.
So let's
I
go
haven't
review
heard anything.
Chips. And I was like, I haven't heard good. And you're like, whatever, it'll be fine.
And, sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. You have my sincerest apology. I am sorry.
I have to remember where I put my sacrificial dagger.
Alright, guys. We'll see you next time. Later.